What is up, guys? Welcome back to another casted game. We're here on the 1 versus 1 ranked quick search ladder, and we found ourselves a top level game here between Frontline and Revnak. It is a French mirror. We're playing on Florida, spawning to the northeast map in the colour blue. It is Frontline. Revnak spawning down to the southwest of the map in the colour red. Both players taking early trading posts. Both players previously playing a French mirror on the ladder. We didn't quite catch that game. The crowds, they wanted some Karim action, fair play. But these guys have gone again for another French mirror. Now, it is quick search. You don't know what your civs, your opponents are playing. But I think it's quite interesting here. But if the previous game was a French mirror, they're going back for another one. I'm expecting to see some really juicy action. Oh, so I'm going to have to ask somebody what was the result last game. But I don't think that really matters too much. Revnak here finding a little bit of food treasure down to the southern side of the map, scouting around, has managed to pick up quite a few sheep already. Unfortunately, these sheep, they get sent back to the town centre and they get quickly murdered. It's a weird method of the 12-10 French play. The objective is age up as fast as possible, and it makes so much sense. It's so good, but the livestock, the game developers intended. You collect these livestock, you keep them in their base, you wait until they get fattened, and then you cash in later on in the game. But actually, the cashing in takes place at a minute 10, and I wonder who's going to go for the fastest age up here. Currently, let's look at Revnak. He's at 550 food. Frontline 580. Both players just going through their sheep, and unfortunately, yeah, that's it. All the sheep cleaned, eaten within 2 minutes, a new record. Okay, there's a couple sheep behind the base of Frontline, which is actually quite useful. But the point stands with both players aging up at incredible times, 2:15 each. Yep, maybe Revnak just a little bit later behind this, but not enough to make me feel concerned for his age 1. Let's have a look at House of Trading Post Communities deck, and here it is. Revnak has gone for a full and native deck. We've got native combat, ancien regime in age 1. We have native treaties. We have native warrior combat in age 2. Wilderness warfare. We have cheaper native warriors, 25%. And there's been a recent eureka moment in the community of realizing actually that natives are A, good units, B, French natives are very good units, and C, the native warrior cost reduction card is insanely OP. So think about this. Back in RE, back in the old game, natives were just a side fort. You might occasionally go into them. Trading posts cost 200 wood to tech into them. They gave you no XP trickle. Like, why would you pay lots of wood to train a unit which is just worse than your own units? But now, the units are decent. Upgrades are good. Yes, onto the TP is not expensive. You get XP back, but it's the cards. And the thing is, this cheaper native card is designed to boost your complementary units. So yes, you might go natives and cuirassiers and dragoons, or natives and skirmishers and dragoons. But now, with a card like Ancien Regime, which gives you access to the Bourbon Musketeers, the Royal Dragoons, you've now got Carib, you've got, is that Seminole back here as well? You've got 4 different natives. You have a full army of natives. You have a 25% economy card in the Third Age, and it's not like comparing it to other economy cards, because France also have a decent baseline economy of the 4 CDB, the steel traps. CDBs in general, it's like having 2 Wigton Courts back to back. The 4 CDBs acts as the first Wigton Courts. The cheaper native warriors acts as the second, and it just turbo charges your middle game. And as the game goes on, you just start to scale better and better. The earlyish game, you don't see too much of a power spike, but trust me, once you have those native posts, those native upgrades, and then how cheap they are, it just gets so much better. Carib Blowgunners opening gambit here for Revnak. There's a defensive stable here for Frontline. There is 1 Hussar in queue. A crossbow is 8 crossbows actually being sent as well, which is a bit of an overreaction. Maybe Frontline anticipating the Ansan regime cards being played by Revnak and a bunch of Royal Musketeers turning up as well. But no, Revnak's going 4 CDB, and the 8 crossbows come out, and we'll push out with the crossbows, but Frontline's thinking, where's the units at? Where are the units at? Yeah, those Blowgunners are good versus Musks. That's about it. They are short range, high attack, good multipliers versus heavy infantry, but that's about it. I think they're very, very weak. Maybe one of the weakest units in the game to melee cavalry. I always remember playing the campaign, and like a couple of hussars could go through and kill like 30 Carib Blowgunners when you're like on the Havana missions, and it always felt so bad that you were being rewarded with XP for going killing their natives. But I guess kids are gonna learn at some stage about US history. 5 pikes defensive. It catches the hussars. And Minutemen being caught by Revnak as well. Explorer coming up to snare. The snare is on. These are crossbows are trapped. Minutemen will come out and a bit of spread move as well. Spread fire. Crossbows going down. And what a fantastic play there by Revnak. His Frontline was thinking, my opponent's going all in on the natives. But then pikes turn up. So Revnak has spent wood on the Carib native post, on the Seminole native post, and now also a barracks and base. 4 bills, 700 wood, 700 coin, probably going to age up behind us now. I also reckon Frontline's done some sort of 8 crossbows, 4 CDB, 700 gold behind. So both players looking to age up now. At the same time, third age, open exchanges. Frontline won the first one. Revnak won the second one, but Revnak's also got a 700 wood card behind him as well. So I think his position is just a little bit more developed than what Frontline is at the moment. Pike's trying his best to protect the militiamen, but the what was it? The trample mode Hussar managed to get a triple kill on the Minutemen, and that's just a little bit of micro from Frontline pays off, and all those Minutemen have gone down. Pike's now kind of like thinking, oh, I can't really chase the crossbows. And from that start position, both armies have just kind of dwindled down to nothing. But it won't matter. We're in the next stage. And from Frontline's point of view, what is his play? He does have... Well, yes, he has the Falconets, he has the Crassiers. That'd be a good play. Frontline should know that on this map, both the native posts here are archer-based natives, so going into Crassiers, I think, is a safe play. Crassier Skirmisher feels like the combination that Frontline wants to go for here. From Revnak's point of view, the pikes make sense. Maybe going pike, Carib, Seminole, cross your fingers and pray. If you could choose any natives to play with as France, the Caribs aren't high. I would say that. So it'd be interesting to see if Revnak wants to try and develop this a bit more. Going for 1,000 wood to start off with, that will be used to fund Carib Blowgunners. Seminole is also expensive on the wood. Let's have a look. I think it's like 50-50. Whoa, that is incredibly expensive. They are... I think they have been improved, but they are not as good as other archers in the game, like longbows, Seaton bows, Aenas, and other natives. Stable coming down from Revnak. The thing is, if you have a native deck, you don't have many non-native cards. Okay, I suppose the only native card he has in the third age is the cheaper native warriors, and so you can kind of ignore the ones previously in the second age and in the first age. Considering like Frontline's similar position, he's not going to advance Arsenal. 3 Huss no, now 600 coin no. So there's a lot of coin, a lot of shipments just no longer needed. He's piked quite a position, and here come the Crassiers. It's actually gone for 4, so trained Crassiers, sensing Dragoons, a couple scums behind this. This is a really well-rounded composition and strong as well from Frontline. The Hussar, the 3 crossbows still alive, and that train post is going down, and Revnak's dreams of flooding Frontline with natives is just not going to happen this game, actually, but this is... I don't think Revnak minds too much, and this is how like a mirror matchup can like ebb and flow. Strategies can somewhat diverge as the game goes on. It's how each player adapts to the situation. And Revnak going Skirm Goon, which is I kind of find funny. Revnak's not really known for his Skirm Goon gameplay, but we'll have to see how these fights develop. Frontline thought about taking a 90 wood treasure and then just like, yep, nah, too much effort. Sending also 1,000 wood of himself. These will go to the TC. Wonder if either explorers be tempted to go for a second town centre. Usually when you're playing civs like the French and the Germans, going for a second town centre in the Third Age is just greedy. You can put it off, but you'll be really far behind in your engagements as the game goes on. But you know, if you give it enough time, it pays off. And just looking, oh, Revnak's Explorer's dead. I was thinking Revnak's Explorer's thinking about putting down like a really forward town centre to really annoy Frontline's expansion onto resources, but no, he's just taking a nap in the swamp. Don't blame him. Very nice and sunny in Florida, nice and warm. And there's that town centre we're talking about. Takes middle map control. Great place for the town centre. Line of sight. Secures middle resources. There's a hunt. Turkey nearby. Silver mine. There's a lot of hunt to the right as well. That's where his in-base villagers will probably move on as the game goes on. And we'll have to work hard to defend this, but instead of Frontline thinking, oh, how do I be aggressive? How do I take the fight to Revnak? Is thinking, right, how do I defend this position? How do I make the most of this second town centre? Interestingly, we see a lot of I've seen a couple of games of Soldier, and Soldier's been really enjoying going with the Bishop age up with France for that town centre wagon. So instead of having to make the choice of, do I send 1,000 wood, build a town centre, slow down my age 3 play, Soldiers goes, yeah, I'll just take the hit, go into the Third Age, but then I have a town centre, and then it's just all units at that point. It's all units, it's all villages, it's all eco, it's all military, and it just kind of plays itself afterwards. The 2 Falcons are unpacked. A lot of goons, though. The goons can just move in and go for the snipe. I think he's tempted, but he's got close enough, he's committed. But it's not enough for the one hit kill. Oh, the Falcons unpacked. Oh, from Frontline, but he's not unpacked them yet. He's gonna take 2 shots. Oh, it's not even a trade. But takes 1 shot onto the Falcon. It's the Dragoons to move on, and yeah, 1 Falcon remains for Frontline. But the thing is, one of those goons here for Frontline, very far forward, taking full volleys from the skirmishers. Dragoons on the right side. Minutemen being called from the forward to TC, and actually the TC of the forward spawn point and Minutemen pop. Big brain play. Falcon does go down. Oh, as fights go, I would say that looks super even, but even wins the game here for Frontline. He can then continuously make villagers behind on his town centres. Revnak going for Cav combat just after the fight has finished. That's a big ouch. I'm sure Revnak would have wanted that card just a little bit sooner, but wait, he's gone for Cav combat instead of 8 skirmishes. I find that quite an interesting play. But the thing is, you now always have your Cav Combat Dragoons, and then your next card could be Cav Combat Cuirassiers, and that is a big power play, and that's what we see now. 3 Cuirassiers being sent, Cuirassiers being trained, he's looking for a batch of 5, honestly. He wants to try and he's looking for it. He's got enough coin for 4. He's mining, he could sell some food if need be. I think he will get it. I think he will cut Vil production for that 5th. 1 CDB being pushed back. Survives with 8 HP. Explorer takes a shot. 5 Cuirassiers on the way. And it's the 5+3 Cuirassier switch. And Revnak will come from behind. He'll try to actually trap Frontline's army. And this could be horrendous for Frontline. Remember, he's got this town centre. He's sent an eco. He's trained a double batch of CDBs. He's investing less into his army right now than what Revnak is. And he might be paying the price drastically. Frontline's only got 7 Dragoons. And here comes Revnak's 8 Cav Combat Cuirassier charge. He's seen it. Frontline has seen it. Another 5 goons are coming up. And oh dear, the Cuirassiers are going to crash into the skirmishers of Frontline. And those Dragoons are going down. The 1 HP Minutemen, they're going pretty quickly. The Dragoons reinforcing, but the skirms all over it. They're looking for those Dragoon reinforcements, and there's just nothing here to stop. There's still 4 Cuirassiers leading the charge into the Dragoons. 2 Cuirassier chasing down the goons as well. These skirmishers being hung out to dry. Is there a defensive frigate to save them? No, there isn't. And the best thing that Revnak can do is put his units into stagger mode, reduce that splash damage, and try and focus down the Dragoons. But Revnak, the cav combat play into then the Cuirassiers, it's just crushed Frontline's dreams. And we got the CDBs here from Frontline pushing out forward as well, looking to secure that hunt, get involved. But unfortunately, every single one of those skirmishers have now gone down. And the skirm mass still from Revnak looking relatively healthy. Revnak following us up with batches of 5 Cuirassiers, 5 skirmishers, and 8 skirms being sent from the home city. The Dragoons are just going deep now. They just want to pick off as many Dragoons as they can from Frontline. But remember, if Frontline has no more Dragoons, then there's nothing to stop. Even a couple Cuirassiers cause absolute havoc, and we do see CDBs evacuated to the northern side of the map. But Cuirassiers coming across to the second TC, they won't stop for the Vils here. They're looking for the big prize. And yes, CDBs in the base. Cuirassiers do come out here from Frontline. Sent from the home city. A little bit of a pushback, I would say, a little bit of a pushback, but doesn't stop the new Cuirassiers charging. And these CDBs will get into the TC, and Frontline has realised that actually the play hasn't worked out, and that fight, well, we're just getting caught out there by the Cuirassier switch, has to tap it out, and Revnak feigning, has to be said, faking the native play and switching into standard threats behind, but then out-maneuvering his opponent was actually quite interesting to watch. Really enjoyed that. Frontline, I don't think it was all on the TC, but he did walk into the fight with his Falconets still packed, and it takes time for them to unpack. Revnak, although he was taking damage on his Falconets, managed to focus fire down Frontline's Falconets. So if we're only considering Falcon exchanges, Revnak won the Falcon exchange, but Frontline dived in to take down Revnak's Falconets, but took heavy, heavy losses. Many Dragoons going down there for Frontline, and then Revnak's big brain play was sending cav combat after the fight, which didn't seem to make most coherent sense. Still affected 14 Dragoons, and then it affected the 5+3 Cuirassier push afterwards, and that was the winning move there. Really well played there by both players. Look at the villager population. We do see that Frontline. Pardon me. Frontline went for 4 CDB first, then sent 8 bows. Revnak went for 700 wood first, then sent 4 Vils behind. So when Revnak got those 4 Vils in, that was when Frontline was sending 8 crossbows, but then sending in the coin behind and aging. So having those just extra resources at that moment. You probably see that in the differences between the players. Yeah, just that extra crates income just is the difference pretty much continuously throughout the game. Extra TC comes in after this 1k wood, but you just won't see the conversion of the economy. It just takes too long for a town centre to really pay off in a 1v1 at this level of gameplay. It's why you often just don't see TCs in these kind of matchups. Military population, we'll probably see how that first fight, yeah, it is relatively even actually, I gotta say, but what Frontline's left behind with is a lot of skirmishers. Revnak's left with a lot of high quality Dragoons in cav combat, and then the Cuirassier comes in, gets that perfect catch from the Dragoons. Yeah, it turns out going for a forward TC, not the play, turns out. Well, that was an exciting game actually. You guys enjoyed that? I'll see you guys in the next video.